It has been quite some time since the OnePlus 9R was released. So in this particular video, I'm doing the full review of this exact smartphone. And still, in August, is it still worth it? Or else, are there any better options? So guys, without any further ado, let's get started. Before talking about the OnePlus 9R, let me give you a personal insight. For me, as a tech reviewer, it takes minimum 4 days to review a smartphone, whereas on the other hand, it can take even couple of months to review a special kind of phone. For example, couple of months ago, I purchased the Realme 8 smartphone, and at that time, this was providing amazing value for money. But when I purchased it, it turns out that the 64 megapixel sensor in this phone is even worse than my 2-year-old Realme X smartphone. So just because of this, it took a long time for me to get a complete idea of this device. And till the time I was finished with the review, Realme discontinued the phone. So I had no other option than to delete the entire video. But I tried my level best to select quite few smartphones and make the review. So I chose this particular OnePlus 9R because of several reasons. First of all, people are really curious that around 40,000 rupees you are getting a OnePlus flagship. But you can't literally call the OnePlus 9R as a flagship. It is a upper mid-range smartphone. So around 40,000 rupees, you're definitely getting a good smartphone. But after using this particular phone, there are few aspects which I'm not really liking. First of all, the only problem that I'm having is in terms of the camera quality and the overall build. Don't get me wrong, the entire build quality is pretty much good. But around this 40,000 price segment, now there are so many smartphones which are having matte texture. So in terms of the overall build quality, it is not 10 on 10, it is around 8 on 10. But now let me talk about the overall camera system. Well guys, first of all, when I saw a quad camera setup and a dual flash setup, I was quite excited. But after trying these cameras, it is not that well. Well guys, my 2 years old iPhone XS takes way better photos than this phone. But there are a few plus points. The overall zoom, the macro camera and the overall night mode is really appreciable. So don't get me wrong, but I am coming from the iPhone XS. So for me, the overall photo quality is not that impressive. But if you're talking about the night vision, the nightscape mode, then it is quite amazing. Well, literally in a complete dark situation, it captures all of the highlights and shadows and gives you a photo that is pretty much unimaginable. So definitely, in terms of aspects like a macro photo, in terms of a zoom photo and in night mode, this is doing really well. But when you talk about the overall photos and the videos coming out of this camera, they are not that exceptional. But there is one factor for which I must congratulate OnePlus, because the display found in the OnePlus 9R is truly gorgeous. Well, for this particular price segment, there are very few smartphones which are having so beautiful displays. You're talking about 120Hz refresh rate, and the overall contrast ratios and the overall vividness is completely top notch. So the best part about this smartphone, at least for me, is the overall display panel, because even scrolling through Instagram feels so much smooth and beautiful. And now let us discuss about the overall battery backup. Well guys, with smartphones like these, you don't need to worry about the overall screen on time, because even if the battery gets discharged, still within 30 minutes, your phone will charge from 0% till 100%. So with the help of this dash charging, you're pretty much tension free. Suppose even if you get 8 to 9 hours of screen on time with high brightness and high refresh rate, still you have to just plug your phone for 30 minutes and you will be good to go. So this is the best part of this phone. But apart from this, it is nothing exciting. Around 40,000 rupees, there are way more other alternatives. But I think this is not the proper video to discuss about the competition, because this video will not become the OnePlus 9R review, it will become a comparison video. So guys, see, with the help of this video, I just want to aware you the reality, because in the real world, the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9 Pro are outperforming the 9R, and recently OnePlus launched the OnePlus Nord 2, which is for 30,000 rupees. So people will either go for the OnePlus Nord 2 or else they will go for the higher series. And if you're talking about the die-hearted OnePlus lovers, they will definitely go for the bleeding edge technology. So guys, see, if you're planning to buy the OnePlus 9R, then you're most welcome. I'm definitely nitpicking because I have used all of the major flagship devices, and for me to come from them to this particular phone is definitely a downgrade. But still, I would definitely tell you that if possible, you can go towards the OnePlus Nord 2, or you can increase your budget and go for the other OnePlus devices. And if buying a OnePlus device is not your priority, then there are other options. Now let me come to the overall conclusion. Well guys, see, if your main priority is in terms of a great battery backup, in terms of a very capable processor, and in terms of a beautiful looking display for consuming all of the media, then the OnePlus 9R is a very capable device. So guys, see, for me, I'm coming from a top-end smartphone, so the OnePlus 9R will definitely be a downgrade. But around this particular price segment, this is one of the best offerings to go for. But if your main priority is in terms of taking photos and recording videos, then I will highly recommend you to go for something else, because this particular phone is good for the low light abilities and for all of the zoom shots. But if you're talking about normal photos and normal videos, then it is not exceptional. So guys, I hope that this particular review was a little bit helpful. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it motivates me a lot to make more of this kind of videos.